Good morning, Wojak Community. Today is April 20th, 2026. Happy 420. Big movement yesterday. We knew that the knockoff vampire token, Newjack, moved up tremendously. At one point, it was up 200%. I don't know why it did that. I had my own theory. If you look at the movement of Solana Wojak, it crashed at one point, dropped 40%. So maybe I think the people who were involved in the New Jack, they also were big investors of the Solana Wojak. That's kind of like my conjecture before the turn of this year, before the migration announcement. I would think that, some, if not all, of the people who were involved, the original founding team of our token, 0x50 contract, they probably had been, betting on multiple Wojaks in the background. And the Solana Wojak was just one of the projects they put their money to. So it's, of course, they're not going to admit it. But it's just betrayal to the utmost. It's like people like me and like Waldo and Billionaire, we're really pouring our hearts out, trying to build the community and pump the price for the 0x50 contract, while the people behind, the token, the founding team, they were selling the token heavily and transferring their assets into our competitors. It's kind of like, let's say that, the executives at Microsoft, instead of helping the company to grow, they're selling their shares in secret while buying their competitors. Let's say, buying Oracle shares or buying Google shares. It's just not ethical. It's heartless and unfair uh, at the least, and just outright scamming. And just betrayal at the most. But it's their prerogative. We've said goodbyes with those people. I'm so glad we're not associating ourselves with them. But the price movement of the New Jack token did attract more eyeballs into our project as well, and that's why we saw this 30-40% move on our token. And remind you, we still have some of these migration labels slammed against us on Dex Screener and CMC, and also we don't have any of the centralized exchange listings. So its response, it's quite significant considering all these handicaps against us right now. So I'm very confident that once we do have centralized listings, our token is really gonna fly, because the market has this um, I guess prejudice against crypto, thinking that many people in crypto, they're dumb money and they're just degens. They don't really have any IQ, and just idiots who sometimes got lucky with their money, and just randomly buying stuff. I beg to differ. I think there are smart investors in every industry. Crypto is the same. I think eventually all the dumb money, the degens, they're gonna lose, right? They're gonna lose all their money. But the smart investors, they'll have the discernment to tell what's a real project from a bundled one. If they just do a little research, they will see the New Jack team, the whole concept, the whole conception of this New Jack project is done in secrecy, it's bundled, it's done maliciously against their own community. So it's dishonest and doesn't have any integrity behind it. So people will eventually see that, and they will recognize the value in our token, and that's when our price will fly. Um, our token again is not bundled. It's completely decentralized, probably even more decentralized than Bitcoin. There are no major holders that can just dump randomly. If the price move up to 300%, and we have the history, of 3 years that coming back from multiple 90% drawdowns, and the most recent one is a 99% drawdown. And it was really caused by the New Jack team. Of course, they somehow convinced the centralized exchanges to migrate, quote unquote, to the new contract, and that just the most of the selling really came from the centralized exchanges, like the worst of which was Mexi and L Bank, and eventually Gate.io capitulated as well and did the migration. So these are just not standard business practices in traditional finance, but it's allowed, um, you know, in crypto. So when we finally get ourselves listed on centralized exchanges, we'll be very selective. Like, I personally would not want to be listed on Mexi. Like, to me, it's just a shady, extremely shady. Mexi is a shady um, CEX. The people there, they probably take bribes, kickbacks all the time. They probably built their business model on corruption and taking bribes. So I don't want to be associated with such a platform. If we are big enough, we'll definitely go for the more reputable ones, such as um, Binance and Coinbase and Kraken. The U.S.-based CEXs. Uh, so it's good we have momentum, but please, all the people in our community, let's get active. Let's capture this new momentum. Let's get active on X, get active on Telegram, get the words out, share with the wider crypto community. Um, Tell our story and explain the differences we have from the New Jack token. Outline the advantages we have. We're a real project, real community with organic volume and organic growth, unlike the overly hyped um, and sketchily conceived New Jack token. And eventually, I think the market is going to recognize that. And let's just work hard to make that happen. Collaborate with one another, encourage one another, and be in unison, in one voice, in promoting our 0x50 contract. And also, I know that some people, they want to attack the New Jack token on X because the New Jack team has been attacking us. But let's not stoop to their level, at least not yet. Um, right now, we want to show that we have class. We have largesse. We don't have to go negative against them just because they did that against us. Let's just focus on our strength. Being the OG meme coin for Wojak and the longest running one, and recovering from multiple drawdowns um, and decentralization in the community. So let the market figure out who is real and who is fake. And I have total confidence in the ability, the discernment that the market can have in that regard. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.